Yo, do this if you want to get rich. Rich? Yeah, rich. Let's talk about it.
So what's up, guys? This is 𝗦𝗡𝗥𝗘𝗦, and you have reached the 𝗦𝗡𝗥 Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
Yo, so what's up, people? Now, the title of this video is not misleading whatsoever. This is gonna be what I did in order to make it to where I am and have the things that I own and enjoy and all of that stuff. And if you're not a fan of hard work and dedication and sweat equity, turn the video off right now because you're gonna get mad as hell. You're gonna be mad, baby, because this is not a get rich quick type of deal. All right. So for the people that do want to stick around, let's go ahead. Let's talk about it. Okay. Now, this is not going to be popular because a lot of what being a human being, is about is the social aspect of life. You know, having friends, family, interactions, things like that. But in order to get rich, in order to do something that other people can't, in order to live a lifestyle that is well above and beyond what most people can even dream, you have to be willing to sacrifice a lot. Okay, you have to sacrifice so much. And I'm gonna be real with you. You're gonna have to give up friends. You're gonna have to give up family. You're gonna have to give up going out, partying. You're gonna have to give up, watching hours worth of TV, playing video games, stuff like that. Not unless you want to be a professional gamer. You're gonna have to give up all of that. Spending tons of time browsing through social media and all of the, all those things. And if you guys don't believe me, look at the people who are making $80K a year versus the people making $80K a month. All right, it's a big difference. Okay, and there's a lot of things that go into it, and it's not fun, and it's going to be painful, and you're probably gonna want to give up half the time, and your friends are gonna stop inviting you out because guess what? You're not going to be able to go out because you're going to be too busy focused on your craft. It doesn't matter what it's in. It doesn't matter if you want to become a professional drop shipper / marketer / whatever the hell, like me, or a Forex guy, or an affiliate marketer, or build your own software, or a communications company, or whatever. It does not matter what it is. You are going to have to give up something in order to make it work. And a lot of people don't want to make that work. They don't want to make that sacrifice. They want to be rich, but they don't want to do anything for it, man. They want to win a war without bleeding. You can't do that. You can't win a war without bleeding. It does not work. I've been to war, all right? And trust me, there's a lot of bleeding going on in war. Okay? Now, whatever your opinions are on it, that's completely besides the point. It's relevant. It's a metaphor. Okay? So just know that you're going to have to give that up, and we're going to talk about why you have to give those things up, and unfortunately it's going to hurt some of y'all feelings, but let's go ahead, let's talk about it. Why are you going to have to give up all these things? Well, for starters, there's only 24 hours in the day, all right? And if you follow the whole, all right, you sleep for 8 hours, that means you have 16 hours left. What do people do with the majority of their hours? They go to work. Right, so if you're at work, you work your typical 9 to 5, 8 to 5, whatever. For 8 or 9 hours, you are going to be working, right? You're going to be predisposed doing something else. Now, if you're trying to get rich, what are you doing between the other 8 hours to fill that time and advance yourself to get to the next level? What are you doing? Sitting around, checking out social media, looking at Pornhub, watching crazy movies and playing video games, and just the Tinder swiping, getting you some Tenderonies and everything else, okay? Doing all the things that are wasting time and not necessarily helping you put the time into the productive area of your life, all right? And while some of you are gonna, say, like, no, you could do that, no, you really can't, all right? You can't. You're not gonna grow $1 million business unless you're focusing on that $1 million business. If you can't do the simple things, you'll never be able to do the hard things when it comes time for you to make those sacrifices, make the hard calls, right? Especially if you have a physical business. You can't sit around and play video games all damn day if you got a physical business. It just doesn't work, all right? You know, and I know some of you guys are like, oh man, you know, I'm doing pretty well with Forex trading in my spare time, or I'm doing pretty well with drop shipping in my spare time, I'm doing pretty well with XYZ in my spare time. And you may be, but you guys ain't do $1 million yet. You guys ain't do $2 million yet. You ain't do 3, you ain't do 4, you ain't do 5. You know, a lot of guys, you ain't driving supercars. You know, I'm just gonna be real with you. You know, like, yeah, you might be doing okay, but if you guys ever want to take it to the next level, you really have to put in that effort. You have to be willing to give all of those things up. And yeah, it sucks. You know, it sucks, but if you want to get rich, that's what you're going to have to do. If you want to live a life of freedom and not have to constantly do those things in order to make your income, if you want to get from being essentially self-employed to business owner, self-employed here, where you're still kind of actively grinding for money, business owner, where everyone else is grinding for you to make you money. In order for you to go from there to here, you have to give up a lot of things. You got to refine your processes. You have to be the face of that business. You know, you have to show people that it is possible, and you have to be the one to kind of set the tempo and the guidelines for said business. Okay. Now, how do you do this? How do you give all these things up, and how do you come to the realization that your ass ain't near as cool as you think you is? Let's talk about it. All right, guys, so how do you get in that mindset? Well, first and foremost, you need to realize, and well, technically you need to recognize, not realize, you need to recognize that you really ain't shit. Okay, everything that you're doing ain't shit. All right, it ain't shit. All right, and you're not as woke as you think you are. All right, as woke as you think you are, as Kanye as you think you are, the whole mental breakdown Kanye style wokeness and all that shit.
Well, Harriet Tubman never actually freed the slaves. She just had the slaves go work for other white people.
Y'all, we leaving right now.
And my awakening came when, my mentor Carmelo, we were talking one day, and this guy was mentioning buying another $250,000 car. Now, granted, Carmelo is like a car museum. This dude has more cars than he knows what to do with, and he's thinking of adding another $250,000 car to the collection just because he can. At that point, I realized how little I knew about the world and how little I knew about business and success in general. Now, granted, success doesn't necessarily mean that you're going out buying supercars and spending millions of dollars, but if you're trying to get rich, that's kind of on the list of things to do, right? That's kind of on the list of things you do when you're rich. You just kind of do whatever the hell you want. And it killed me. It just gave me this great awakening, so to speak, where I'm like, wow, I really think I have this shit figured out, and I really don't. And you gotta humble yourself, guys. Like, you have to humble yourself, and you have to be willing to eat shit for years. Have all your friends laugh at you, because guess what? A lot of my friends were straight laughing at me when I was telling them, oh, I'm gonna grow Instagram accounts, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do all this, for years, all laughing at me, saying this shit was never gonna work. Guess what? They still driving Nissan Altimas and everything else, and I'm over here driving supercars. All right? They still got to go to work every day. I don't have to go to work every day. My money is coming semi-passively. Their shit is still tied to their desk. All right? That's what you have to get in your head. You have to understand that for everything you think you know, there's a million other things that you don't. And even at my level, I still don't know half of the shit that I think I do. I learn something new every single day, whether it be from one of you guys or from my friends or whatever. You're never too knowledgeable to learn or develop. All right, that's something you got to get in your head, and you got to understand that those 8 hours that you could be feeling to learn something, to develop a skill, to build a business and get to the next level, they need to be productive. Okay, that you gotta make them productive. Okay, this is the how. Got to make them productive. You can't just sit there and think that you're gonna work on something for 15 minutes, then check social media. Do this. Sit the phone away. Don't answer shit. All right? Just be like, yo, I'm too busy right now. I'm focused on this. Throw your Xbox in the trash if you have to. All right? I got all that. I got tons of systems at the house, and guess what? All of them collect dust. They just collect dust. I don't play them for shit. You want to know why? Because I'm too focused on my craft, and I'm too focused on my goals, and I'm spending time with my kids and doing the things that I love to do. If video games was that, then sure, but I just don't have the time to sit down and play Red Dead Redemption and beat the shit in one sitting. I ain't got time like that no more because I'm too busy. And once you guys start getting busy, you'll find that you enjoy doing so many other things. I enjoy growing businesses. I enjoy spending time, you know, showing my kids a better life. You know, I enjoy talking to my friends and having these different like mentorship opportunities. You know, when I pull up in the NSX at a car meet, guess what? Everyone's looking. You pull up in a meet in your Focus ST, nobody gives a shit. You know, and while that's a cool car, look at that, there's Evo 9, baby. Ooh, nice. But you know, while everyone's looking at your ST like, oh, that's kind of cool, they're not necessarily gonna ask you, yo, bro, like, what'd you do to get that? Everyone's asking what I'm doing to drive the cars that I drive. You know, and it gives me an opportunity to kind of relay that information back to them because a lot of people just don't know. Like, you guys just don't know necessarily. You might not have someone in your life that you can reach out and touch that can kind of show you the way to get there, you know, and I'm trying to help you guys, but you guys have to be willing to sacrifice and take those steps. So, you know, hopefully this has been informative, and, you know, you guys smash that damn like button if you haven't done so already. And make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and you comment down below and all this stuff if you think I'm full of bullshit, whatever. And with that being said, man, you know, be safe, be smart. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.